Before this new legislation came into force, the regulation of derivative was fragmented with several regulatory bodies having jurisdiction over different type of derivative contracts. The central banks regulated interest rate swaps and foreign currency forwards under the exchange control rules, whereas the Securities Commission regulated the structured product. And so, the Act introduced the concept of capital market product, which include any securities, derivative unit in a unit trust scheme and a private retirement scheme. The Act also creates a separate class of product known as derivative, which are defined as any contract either for the purpose of creating an obligation or a right, or any combination of both, of which its market value, delivery of or payment obligations are derived from, reference to or based on but not limited to underlying securities or commodities, assets, rates, indices, or any of its combination, whether or not a standardized derivative or an over-the-counter derivative. So, the Securities Commission Malaysia is a regulatory body mandated by Parliament to develop and regulate the Malaysian capital market. As the regulator, the Securities Commission is involved in the rule-making, authorization, supervision, and enforcement aspect of the capital market, playing a crucial role in ensuring a robust framework that continues to facilitate growth for the country's economic prosperity. The Securities Commission aims to promote and maintain a fair, efficient, secure and transparent capital market, as well as facilitate the orderly development of a capital market that is innovative and competitive.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farazati binti Nur Zahid. I'll be explaining about the aim of regulation. So basically, the aim of regulation is broadly divided into four, which is rulemaking, authorization, supervisory and enforcement process undertaken by the Security Commission in the capital market. Rulemaking is the creation of formal that must be allowed by the individual or firm. Authorization is a gatekeeping function that kept a person or a product regular entry into the market. Supervision ensures continued observance, compliance with the standard created, and allowed us to monitor actual and perceived risks. Enforcement fosters compliance by ensuring that any breach is met by commensurate sanction. Our regulation of capital market involved in this four, which is rulemaking, authorization, supervision, and enforcement function. These four play crucial role in ensuring our capital framework is robust and continue to facilitate growth.
There are many roles of Securities Commission. The first one is to advise the Minister on all matters relating to securities and future industries. The second one is to regulate all matters relating to securities and future contracts. The third one is to ensure that the provisions of the security laws are complied with. The fourth one is to regulate the takeovers and mergers of companies. The fifth one is to regulate all matters relating to unit trust schemes. And the fifth one is to be responsible for supervising and monitoring the activities of any exchange holding company, exchange clearinghouse, and also central depository.
Assalamualaikum. I am Fatimah Shafira bint Abdul Razak. Today, I will explain about PMBB is a regulator of the exchange stocks. PMBB is a single operator of regulative trading in Malaysia which is regulated by Securities Commissions. As an exchange house of operator, PMB has its own business rules that govern the conduct of members relating to the trading of derivative securities in Malaysia. Business rules of PMDB have a few objectives, which is first, to create the smooth mechanism of marketplace. Second, to have a transparent and fair trading. Third, to regulate and conduct the exchange member. Fourth, to unplan the term of contract traded on the exchange. And lastly is to evaluate the use of trading facilities. To meet the terms of regulation, PMDB will provide a few functions, which is first, as a marketplace of the trading of the regulative contract. Second, develop of new derivative products. Third, ensure fair and orderly marketplace. Fourth, determine and admin members. Fifth, take direction of securities commissions. And lastly, direct conduct members. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Amira binti Razali. Today I will talk about clearing house. So, what is a clearing is? Clearing house is an intermediary between buyer and seller of financial instrument. Further, it is an agency of separate corporation of a future exchange responsible for setting trading account, clearing trade, collecting and maintaining margin monies, regulatory delivery, and reporting trading data. Next, clearing house also provide access to trading platform where the buyer and seller agree on a price, quantities, and maturity of the contract. Which means when the contract is cleared by matching this offsetting, which is one buy and one sell position together, the clearing house guarantee that both buyer and seller get paid. This offsetting or netting process takes risk out of the financial system as a whole. Next, clearing house is able to ensure both the parties meet their due through the use of margin payment. There is two types of margin, which is initial margin and maintenance margin. Initial margin is initial margin. The varies according to each commodity and it is not a percentage of the contract. This does not give the right to ownership to any party but is simply a security deposit given in good faith which indicate that you will honor the obligation of the contract. Investor can keep a higher amount than the initial margin but not lower in investor account. Similarly, a broker can ask their client to pay a higher margin payment but not less than the margin. The second type of margin is a maintenance margin. This balance margin in the account so that a margin call is not made on your account. Once the fund in the account falls below the maintenance margin, they have to brought back the initial margin level to continue trading. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much.
I would like to conclude that the Securities Commission Malaysia has amended its regulatory framework to include clearing for securities and derivatives as a new regulated activity. This framework would decouple clearing and trading functions into two distinct regulated activities, allowing intermediaries to specialize in their niche services. In order to communicate the expectation to the stakeholders, Securities Commission will continue to publish additional guidance on the regulatory approach and may publish further details on their regulatory principle and outcomes.